Okay, folks, we are going to talk a little bit about air stags. Okay?
Before we get into air stags,
Okay.
we have some women listen to the show. Right? Women, I want us to listen to this part. Right? Lads don't go on stags to get the hole. Right?
No.
They don't.
No,
They don't.
no, yeah.
Lads go on stags.
I mean, yes, he's right, they don't. Like, yes.
Lads go on stags to be fucked up. Right? To get peace and quiet away from women. Okay? We don't want to be dealing with them. Okay? All we want is drink,
Yes.
drink,
Yeah.
and a little bit more drink.
And also what we want is that first drink on the second day without a nag.
Then
Without a nag.
a Jack Daniels and Coke.
No. Pint bottle of Bulmers.
No, Jack Daniels.
No,
and
it's the
Coke.
first drink. Pint bottle of Bulmers. Big fuck off glass of ice. You drink it like a
See, I can't drink
at all.
at all.
Yeah.
But on the second night, I have to drink shorts. Because I finish in shorts, so I start in shorts. And then I carry on in the shorts. So I'll stay on Jack Daniels and Coke the second day.
Yeah.
And then I don't get as mangled as I was the first day. Like my stag, before we get into the bus and all that.
The journey.
Like the journey. But I remember the first part of my stag, the first night of my stag, I was mangled, right? And you were mangled. And I turned to you at one stage and I said, Pickle, I think I might go to bed. And he's like, yes, Kevin, I think you're right. I'll go to bed with you.
Not
in the same bed.
I know we've had this conversation before.
Not in the same, but
we had separate beds.
we asked the barman in the hotel that we were staying in.
The Kilford Arms.
Yeah. What time was it? And his response is, do you remember?
5:30.
9:30.
Wow.
And we were like, we can't go to bed at 9:30. So we stayed up, we had the crack, and we kept going. And I don't remember more or less after that.
No, neither do I,
But
Kev.
the bus.
The bus.
The bus. Do you want to talk about your bus journey or my bus journey?
Yeah, so we're doing my bus journey, right?
You do your bus journey.
So we had 12 to 13 lads on mine.
But
Right.
you actually sit you actually had a seat.
Almost. Because one of the lads organised the bus.
That's right.
And it was not a proper minibus.
It was a 12-seater bus.
It was like a
11-seater
12-seater, and it was like, so there was one extra person. But the problem is, I was taking up a bit of room. Kev, why was I taking up a bit of room on my stag?
Because you were dressed as Orville the Duck.
Yes, I was. That big green fucking outfit. No idea why Orville. You obviously had a part to play in
I
that.
was the only one we could get you that fit.
See? Now you call me fat in the middle of a TV programme.
No, I don't honestly. I had no part of it. One of the lads said, "I'm buying him an outfit." I was like, "Okay, go for it," and I gave him a few £, and we got Orville the Duck
I still have it. It's still at home. Somebody borrowed it
for a different stag.
for it. I thought it was for
Or fancy
stag.
dress.
They borrowed it for something. So they did. But anyway, so I had my bus ride was slightly different because there was definitely one person sitting on something that they shouldn't have. But the rule was I wasn't allowed to take anything off. It was a warm day.
It was.
I wasn't able to take anything of the off, so I was drinking like bottles of Miller through the beak of the duck, which obviously looks funny in the photographs. But going for a piss in apple green, not fun. Because I wasn't allowed to take anything off. Wankers. But then we got to the hotel because of the Oval thing, and I was told that basically it had changed from 2 years previously. You wouldn't be allowed into any pubs, clubs, dressed up in any fucking outfits. So, but my bus ride was very simple, Kevin. We filled it with booze. We filled it and filled it and filled it with booze.
Well, my bus journey, I think the idea was that to get me fucked up, because I can't handle my drink, before I got to Kilkenny.
Yeah.
And mission accomplished.
Oh, absolutely.
Mission accomplished. Like we got there, and on the bus journey, I think as we left Johnny Mason's after having breakfast, we did Jaeger bombers.
We did.
That's how we set on our journey.
Oh, hell yeah.
To Kilkenny.
No better way to start a journey
That's how
than
we
Jaeger
set on our
bombs.
journey to Kilkenny, and we took the bus, and we had multiple
Pit stops.
and we had a trail off of mine, didn't we?
We did.
Because the bags.
We did. Had the bags, and everybody had the bag full of booze and shitting it that they were going to burst or something.
But loads of drink was on the bus, so we were drinking bottles of apple sours on the bus.
Everything, yeah.
So we got to Kilkenny, and the weren't going to let us check in because we were all ossified.
Yeah.
We were ossified. And then somehow they said money went missing. The money went missing for one of the rooms.
Yeah.
And also, they've torn the page, and it was underneath the page.
Yeah.
So...
And I was sorting out the money for Kev's
so it was his fault that the money was going
Not a
missing.
good thing to do.
The money was going missing. But everybody was us. I think nobody was left sober.
Yeah, probably not.
And what made it better was the ash cloud. I know we talked about it before. Was the ash cloud had hit.
But we didn't talk about it properly, right? The ash cloud, right? We got past the fucking mace at the door, right? We got into the hotel, right? Okay. We presumably went straight to the rooms, threw your bags in.
But nobody was in the hotel. Nobody was in the hotel.
No, this was 2012.
10.
I was 2012. 2010, right? Unbelievable. It was my birthday weekend in April, okay? Because it was the same for my stag 2 years later, right? It was like the hottest weekend.
It was beautiful.
In the history of the world, right?
For April, it was roasting.
And the ash cloud came. So as we said, the ash cloud happened, which means people couldn't fly out. We went up to the rooms, we came down to the bar, and we walked into the bar, and all we saw was girls in like...
No, you're wrong.
Swimwear.
Nobody was there. Nobody was in the
upstairs,
bar.
sorry.
We were told that. We were like, nobody's here. And like, go up to the sun terrace.
Yeah, the sun terrace. So this the Kilford Arms, right? If you've never been in it, you walk into it, and it looks like this country pub, right? Wee bar, right, with a seating area and that. There's a restaurant out the back, and you go kind of past that, and then you see this really big like a church-style nightclub that's about 17 stories high. But when you get up really high, they then have an outside beer garden. Yeah, that's where everybody...
There was underwear.
It was underwear on site.
There was one girl literally wearing white underwear.
Yeah, because
white underwear.
They were going to
Marbella. That group was going to Marbella. But there was literally underwear on show, and I was like, well, lads, let's start drinking, because we were more drinking. There wasn't... We could look. There was no touching. I think at one stage, one of the girls straddled my brother-in-law.
Yes, and he
my brother-in-law would be a bit...
Country.
That's
probably the nice way of putting it.
He would be country. And she straddled him, and he was like, oh, you buy you. And I think that was the only female attention that we seen all week.
Wives, listen. We went to Kilkenny on a stag. Forget your strippers. These were chicks with barely any clothes on because they wanted to go to Spain or something, right? We didn't give a fuck. We just wanted to drink. So just trust the lads when they go on the stag. Some bridesmaids, some brides, maybe they're up to something at their hand. Don't know.
But like, you have to think about on our side. Like, even if we wanted to, right? There's that much drink being taken. It'd be like pushing a rope into a bottle. Like, there'd be no chance. It'd be like fucking this thing flopping in the wind, gone in the wind.
Have you ever heard pushing a rope into a bottle?
What was it? Gone to the wind, or what was that? Gone with the wind. It'd just be flopping there. There'd be nothing moving. No matter how much you tugged it or pulled it, nothing. Right, nothing.
But we never had to worry about that.
No, we didn't. But
sorry.
First one of the day. Do you remember that game I used to do? I used to punch you in the nose.
Yeah, I used to
sneeze for days.
An hour and a half.
But it was mayhem.
It was.
But there was plenty of pubs down in Letterkenny, in Kilkenny, that we visited on our shenanigans. But there was one pub that I want to mention that were literally a pack of fucking pricks.
And this would be a place that if you said you were going to Kilkenny, people would say, you got to go to
the left bank.
That wasn't what I was going to say. Hey. No, Matthew Miller's unbelievable. But Langton's.
No, the other one, the truest I'd pick up.
That was Langton's.
It wasn't. It was the left bank.
All right. Okay.
We were in the left bank, and we were told, lads, you have to be quiet. Right? And then they came back to us after 15 minutes. Then we weren't loud at all. And they came up to your brother.
That was... Yeah, they came to my brother's. That was my stag.
Yeah, it was your stag. This
all right, so all right. See, that's where we're getting mixed up here, right? Because we got thrown out of a place in your stag as well.
We did, yeah.
But yeah, on my stag,
the left bank.
The left bank.
True, I said, because we were.
And we'd only walked in. We literally walked into the place.
We had one drink, and that was it.
Yeah. And at that stage, we didn't really know what the crack was. It was the first pub we kind of went into. Yeah. So we didn't know how noisy to be, so we really weren't loud. But then I walked out, and you said, "Go find a pub."
Yeah.
And I was like,
and you did.
I'll find a pub, and I found a pub called
The Field.
The Field.
And let's be honest, right? Pickle didn't go too far.
Oh no,
Pickle went across the road to find this other field.
It could have been any.
And it was a field, and literally the movie The Field, and there was a movie called The Field,
and
it was literally that. Okay, it was like walking into a tiny.
They had a huge screen on the back because we ended up watching Southampton against somebody that night on the telly. Right,
we lost money that night.
But I walked in with a very simple plan. I was like, lads, I'm a groom. Said there's best man, there's low lads in a stag. It was as if I was away in fucking one of them, chicks stand outside trying to get people in, right in between us. It's like, hey, get a cocktail jug.
Yeah.
I walked in going, right, what will you give us if we come in here and drink for the next few hours? Knowing that we were going to spend a lot of fucking money. He was like, I'll give, like, I think it was 3 shots to everybody and 4 to the groom, and I'll throw a pint or something in as well. And I literally was like, you had me a shot. And I went straight over and was like, right, out.
We're going to wrap this up soon about the Stags, okay? But we're going to get into it in a different episode.
Okay.
There was 2 parts of most Stags that don't usually happen, but it happened in ours, was the meal. Okay, we had meals on our Stags. We talked about your meal first. We were meant to have a meal. We were meant to have a meal in a restaurant. We didn't show up to the restaurant.
That was yours?
No, this was yours.
All right.
Because we were meant to show up to the restaurant, and we didn't. We went into Mazzoni's.
We did.
We went into Mazzoni's instead. Now, we were literally in the North Estate when we got into Mazzoni's, and there was 13 of us.
Oh, you're going to tell the Tic Tac story?
No, I wasn't going to tell the Tic Tac story.
I
was just going to tell you about how much, like, we ordered pizzas.
Yeah, we got a lot.
A lot of pizzas. I think there was 4 pizzas, and there was chicken wings. But the amount of food that when we got up, that was actually on the floor, was...
Yeah.
It was actually... Oh, it was another pizza on the floor.
Yeah. Well, this is the Tic Tac story. Oh, maybe it's the drug story. I don't know.
You took it, didn't you?
I took it.
You took a Tic
So,
Tac.
I was in the bar across the road from the
Because you
Mazzoni's.
didn't want to eat pizza.
So I didn't want to eat. I was on a stag, I wanted to fucking drink, right? Yeah. So I was in and I was ordering something. This fella came up to me and he was like, yo, take one of these. I was looking and I go, what the fuck is this? Like, you know what I mean? Okay. So I took it.
As you do.
As you do.
As you do. Oh, yeah.
And then I went and had some pizza.
There you go. Take Rohypnol. There you go. Just take it. Not even spiking his drink. Just, actually, you take that. Okay.
I was... He was grand. He hugged me afterwards. It was fine. Yeah, I took it.
Did he cuddle you as well?
He cuddled me, yeah. I took it anyway, and look, I'm sure the rest of the night was fun. That was good. But the thing is that yours as well, I had booked it, that we were going to go somewhere. I don't know what the fucking name was. No, there was another place, right, for a meal. It was like
second night. It was the second
or what
night.
it was. But we didn't bother obviously going. Like,
because that's what happened on the first night.
But why did we get kicked out of Langton's?
Well, we talked about the meal first.
Yeah.
The reason we cancelled the second night was we couldn't do it after the first night.
Yeah.
Because after what happened the first night was absolutely horrendous.
Yes.
We all were drinking, as we said, and we came down to have the meal. We all got showered and we got changed, and we all saw.
And this person has been in contact with the show.
And we were all lined up in our seats, and it just looked like a church because they were like big, like pews. Okay, like the seats were high pews. Okay.
Pews?
No, they're high pews. That's why I went high pews. But like they were that shape, like a
church. A triangle.
No, it wasn't a triangle. It was kind of a penis shape nearly. Only the head didn't the top. The top wasn't as smooth. It was kind of pointy.
He knows a lot of penises, doesn't he? A lot of penises.
We were in, and there was 16 of it in my stag. I think it was 16.
Yeah, 16.
So we were all lined up, right? And the starter came. And the starter went. The main course came.
Steak, probably was it?
Yeah. I think most of the main course came, and most of us had at the steak, and all he heard was from my brother-in-law was, "You dirty fucking bastard," and we're like, "What the fuck?"
This is the country brother-in-law, right?
What has happened here? And we turned round, and there is one of the lads literally vomiting his dinner back onto his plate.
Slowly, very slowly, very slowly.
Onto his plate, and then I was kind of like, okay, we can't do this the second night. So, but he picked it up, and he walked into the bathroom with it and put it in, flushed it inside it. Not the plate.
Not the plate, no,
but
because that'd be stupid.
The contents of the plate. Yeah, but that's how the second night didn't actually happen because it was just too dangerous for us to happen.
My favourite bar in Kilkenny, because the same thing happened to me twice, was Matt Miller's. Because I'm still adamant that we went down a flight of stairs and ended up in the highest place. Right?
Yeah, that's true.
Thank you. Yes. That happened twice.
You go down, you go down to go up again.
It makes, and there's your sex tip for today. I love that pub. Yes. I remember on my stag as well, like I was up on, like, there was a smoking area with a couple of steps, and I remember being on it, and Beyonce's If You Like to Put a Finger Ring on it. Right? Okay. And I remember like doing the fucking moves and had the whole.
Hold on a second.
This was on.
No, stop. Yeah. Just doing what moves, Pickle?
I don't know. I can't remember what the moves.
I'm a little teapot, short and stout.
Maybe it was like but that was on the first night, okay? Because I remember then when we went back on the second night to bouncers, nobody really knew what the fuck had happened the night before. Up to the bouncers, kind of going, "Are we all right going in?" They were like, "Yous boys, get in there. You just had the place fucking hopping last night. You doing fucking Beyonce. I was like,
Well, we had you on the dance floor in the dance floor in Matt Miller's is very small.
yeah.
It's very small. So we literally put a circle
I
around
call it a
it.
ring of terror.
The ring of fear. Well, the ring of
was a
the
ring
ring
of
of,
fear,
the ring of
yeah.
terror is a different thing.
Yeah, that was the guy with the hypno.
That was it. That was it.
No, I was like,
But we did a circle and we made you take a drink of everybody's drink.
but he's all in the same drink.
And we didn't have that same.
You did. Most of you did. It was them fucking that green thing with the leaves.
Mojitos.
That was it.
Weird things with leaves.
There's leaves and mojitos in there.
I didn't have a mojito.
Well, I don't know. My shot was ruined anyway. So I was like,
Why? Because mojitos is clear.
because I was walking around like this, drinking the fucking thing. Obviously, it wasn't
you,
going
were
into
ma-
my mouth.
you weren't very well that day.
No. And then the next day, I come back in the minibus. I did not come back in the minibus.
No, you went home in the car.
I went home with Bud,
Yeah.
and we stopped a lot.
Because you kept getting, well, you not know, because I think at one stage he stopped stopping. He just
Yeah.
put your head at the window and get sick.
Yeah, he kind of was looking. But no, like I know we can go into fucking graver detail about stags.
Definitely.
But your wife had a hen
She had a head in that of Kenny.
when you were in Kilkenny.
We had to sit, we went to plan that we go. Why am I spitting everywhere?
I don't know,
We
because
had
the hat's ruined.
fucking everywhere. And we went at the same time, so we wouldn't be apart.
And then there was the dog footballers in Letterkenny.
No, there was no Dundalk footballers in Letterkenny. There was a Dundalk footballer's brother. A rumour broke out that.
It did.
Yeah, rumour.
You may as well tell everyone what the
A
rumour
rumour
was.
broke out that she was with this fella, and I was in, but she wasn't with this fella. And but there was because my groomsmen just started room for a crack.
Yeah, we woke up in the hour in the morning. I have a horn on me for pints, obviously, like you do when you're on a stag, right? Kay's running around the room going, she was with the dog player, her brother.
I know.
She was with.
He just literally told us about 10 minutes later. Then no, I'm only messing with you.
Yeah, and I was like, just so what she did, Kev.
But who was it? Oh, Connor, who was one of our guests.
Yes.
He got a reputation because
Why am I pointing? He's not there
he's
anymore.
not there anymore. But he used to make his bed, like literally.
He did.
Make his bed, tuck it in, so the cleaners
Yeah.
didn't have to do it for him.
I don't know.
It was just lovely. That was a nice thing. It's a nice gesture. It's a nice gesture. Like,
Here's a question for you then. What was the worst stag you were ever on?
worst
Or the worst place you ever went on a stag?
Dundalk.
Yeah, agree with you. We'll leave it at that.
I can't go into too much more detail.
I'll go into too much more detail than that. We went to a stag and...
We went into this, like, you can't really go. I don't think you can go on the stag, a real stag in your own town.
No. Not if you want to do that.
Maybe the second night, maybe like your home stag. People have home stags.
Yeah, that's true.
You can have a home stag. That's okay, but there's not
Not your main stag.
No, not your main stag.
Look, to me, right, now that COVID's fucking off, right, Kilkenny, very low on COVID, which is weird.
Very low.
Right? Maybe it's all the bars closed. Okay? Go to Kilkenny. And if you're going, I'd invite me. I'd fucking love to go.
Like, my Connor came to my stag just because people wanted to go on stag. Like, a lot of people just rang me up and said, Kevin, can I come in your stag? And we're like, come on ahead.
Yeah.
I don't know who he is, but come on ahead in the stag.
Yeah, no, it's good fun. Stags. I'd love a stag. I'd love to go on a stag. Right now.
Yeah, it'd be great.
Imagine not having a wife for a weekend.
Just peace and
Not, I mean, like in a riding sense.
Just what I'm talking about.
I mean, like,
Just what I'm not talking about the wife. See blowjobs, folks, right? This to end the show.
please tell me you're talking about your wife, not my wife.
No, all women.
Right,
right?
okay.
Blowjobs. Right?
Right.
Let's end it with a fucking bullet, right?
So it's not a blowjob then.
Blowjobs. See when when men are receiving a blowjob and you hear the,
Okay.
right? And you think, aren't I doing a great job here? That is not why you're him and him. It's the silence. Just the silence of you fucking not talking and not nagging. Okay, just the peace and quiet.
Not asking me to take the dishes out of the
The
dishwasher.
peace and quiet of a few minutes is just tremendous. And that's why we're hemming and hawing and going, oh, this is fucking fantastic. Thank God you're doing this. Because we have 10 minutes.
There's no pleasure out of it from a sexual point of view. It's more a, not fucking
Isn't this
talking,
great?
like.
Isn't this great? Nobody's talking about bins, bills, fucking shite.
dishwasher.
Dishwasher.
You have a gripe with the dishwasher. You seem to always be told, put shit in the dishwasher, take shit out of the
My
dishwasher.
daughter's not doing the dishwasher on her own.
There you go, sorted.
Great. I got a new dishwasher. Because the other one broke.
What's she called?
Don't have a name for a dishwasher.
Oh,
Just a dishwasher.
You didn't get the, you didn't
No,
get the
I'm not.
reference. You
I'm
didn't get
not
the
going to
reference.
get. I'm not going to call my wife a dishwasher.
Okay.
I'm not. I'm not.
Well, look it.
I am not.
Yeah.
What's the word? What is the word I'm looking for?
Prick.
Well,
Sexist.
sexist. Yes,
Yeah, there
I'm
we
not
go, mate.
Sexist. Thanks, Dan.
Yeah. Well, listen.